Yo, 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 yo. Big Kiss back up in here. Dr. Umar Johnson does destroyed DJ Vlad. And I would love to watch this with y'all. There's nothing more that I would like to see than DJ Vlad get ripped apart, torn to shreds. Yes. Obliterated. Yes. What other words I got? I ain't got no more. But we about to get into this video, y'all. Shout out to Real Life Productions. I thought it was Real Life Street Stars, but Real Life Productions. We used to react to their stuff back in the day. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. Let's stand up and give a pre-hand for knowledge. This is going to be beautiful. I will leave a link in the description. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it. Oops. That was dead. That was dry. That was so dry. Let's get it, y'all.
How you feel about the white man that's raised in the hood and he acts
Look at that fierceness on him. Hold up. I ain't going to pause it. I ain't going to keep pausing. Look at the fierceness on him. Look at him. I'm ready to stand up. Still don't like what you said about Sister Whitney. I don't appreciate that, Umar Johnson. For real, you need to go ahead and get that up out your system, man. But yeah, we talking about DJ Vlad. Let's get it, y'all.
so black that you would think he was black.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
We need to understand something.
And he acts so black
Hold on, my volume ain't right. I'm messed up. My bad. Let's get it.
that you would think he was black.
Okay. We need to understand something. This cultural appropriation that we think suggests white people are black is insane. They come into the ghetto, they appropriate your music, they appropriate your dress, they appropriate your style, and you think it's a good thing when they're playing in your face.
Come on.
The reason I don't like the Eminem, DJ Khaled, DJ Vlad type thing is because they can be black all day and they get to leave it when they tired. They get to go back to their whiteness when they done imitating your blackness. Why would you let anybody play with your identity in reality like that? With the hell we catch as Africans, why would you let another group come into your hood, play black?
So what if they got something on their forehead that said 100% black?
Impossible.
If they did that.
They are Neanderthal DNA.
I'm Viking.
See, listen. Everybody wants our rhythm,
Everybody.
but they never around to tolerate your blues.
Talk to him. Bars. Messenger.
You battle rap.
Hold on. How do you feel?
Rhythm and blues. So he's saying is that people could come into the culture when it's on the upside. When it's on the upside. But when it's on the downside and everybody getting plucked upside their head, they back over there. And I don't want shit to do with them. Shout out to those that are in the culture for real. It's some of them out there that's you know what I'm saying?
Wait. Have you seen Eminem at the Breonna Taylor protest?
Ooh.
Was he at the Trayvon Martin protest?
Ooh.
Was he at the Tamir Rice protest? Amir Pope protest? Sonia Massey? DJ Khaled? You seen him at any protests against police brutality? DJ Vlad? You see what I'm saying? So we let them exploit the more positive, fun-loving aspects of black culture. But when it comes to dealing with the struggle of being black, none of these culture vultures are anywhere around to experience your pain.
See, so then when they say, you have people who will say Eminem is the king of hip hop or the king of rap. Why? And the way I feel like a white person should have the right to rap, but they should not have a place in our category.
He cannot be considered in the pantheon of greatness.
Right.
Because this is an African cultural product, right?
Right.
So here now, black people were so upset when I said that. You had every top rapper you could think of join the Eminem legal defense team.
I'm going to say this, y'all, and this is just my opinion, right? This is why I stand with it. It ain't ours. It ain't ours. It's not ours. If people could come in, monetize, and we beg them for a record deal, we beg them for a place in their record company, like it's not ours until our money is on, our face is on the money. That's why Christ said, render Caesar's to what Caesar's. It's ours when we have full control over it. Of course, we are the salt of the earth and people follow us. But when it come down to monetization and really actually controlling the control, like radio, for instance, we don't control what gets put on the radio. It got to go through filters and go through this, go through that. Once we have something, being as though that our face isn't on the dollar bill, and we have something, it automatically gets infiltrated. Because the rulers of this earth owns the dollar bill. So they really control the narrative, and okay, so they get what's cool amongst us, come in, take it out, then monetize it. Then they control the narrative. But once we come up with something that's cool and is dope, is fire, I'm gonna ask y'all, how could we keep it just for us? How could we keep that essence? Because this is the thing, man. We gotta eat. We got children to feed. So it's like, at the end of the day, until we produce our own money, no Walmarts, no Targets, no Food Lions, no gas stations, no nothing will be ours. That's where my mind be at. That's where I be thinking. So with this New Year's thing, I know a lot of people been commenting, hey, Happy New Year's, hey, Merry Christmas. I don't celebrate that stuff, man. That's why God says, get out from amongst her and be ye separate. Withdraw yourselves from what America has to offer. This is our duty. We've been put here. We've been put under someone else's captivity because we don't own the dollar. Withdraw your dollar. This is what the Black Wall Streets was about. Their dollar circulated around their community over 8 times. Now it doesn't circulate in our community at all. As soon as you get a dollar, guess who it goes to? Someone of another nation. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry to go on that tangent, because this channel is really about wisdom. We just do the entertainment thing just to get people up, real people up in there. Because let's be honest, we like bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I say nothing is truly ours until we produce our own money, get our own land. And who has the land? If you had your own property, who would you have to go to pay for that property so it don't get taken away? Taxes. Render to what Caesar's to Caesar's. They own every damn thing. So it's really like ours. When people say ours, I get what they saying, but the real me is like, just look inside like, damn, you just don't understand. We don't own shit. We don't own shit. So yeah, let's do the main thing off that spiel that I just did. The main thing is to work on withdrawing yourself from what America has to offer to you. Stop going out purchasing the latest this, the latest that. Keep your money. Keep your money. Keep it. When I say render to what Caesar's to Caesar's, I mean as far as to keep them people off you. That's what I mean by that. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's get it, y'all.
Against Dr. Umar. But guess what? When the Country Music Awards came out, Beyonce, who had one of the longest running #1 country albums of all time, didn't get a single nomination. Nobody said a word. So why was it okay for the white people to cut Beyonce out of her rightly earned awards and nominations at the Country Music Awards? Beyonce had 5 songs from Cowboy Carter on the top 10 consecutively. It was one of the longest running #1 country albums ever. Right. Not one nomination. Nobody say nothing. Dr. Umar says Eminem can't be the GOAT, and Black America goes crazy. Look at the double standard. It's okay for white people to gatekeep their culture, but it's not okay for Black people to gatekeep ours.
We need our own land, for starters. Our own we need our own money system. We need our own land, our own buildings. This is why they can exclude us out of anything, because they own it all. They got it. They got the banks. They got it all.
Yeah. And I watched you because I'm glad we made it to hip hop music. I watched you have an argument with a brother about how detrimental hip hop has been to our culture.
Brother Mouse, shout out to Mouse. He a good guy too. Shout out to Mouse.
I won't ask what you think it's doing, but what do you think we need to turn it around? Because I feel like although hip hop is very detrimental at the point that it's made it to, I feel like it has given a lot of access to the dollars that, otherwise Black people wouldn't have access to.
Okay, let's deal with the dollars. Hip hop, which is the most popular music genre on the planet, most influential. It's a multi-billion-dollar, probably almost $1 trillion industry, if it isn't.
Facts.
Right? And it's allowed all these rappers to get rich and buy homes and blah, blah, blah. Here's my question. How has Black America benefited from hip hop in its 50 years? Show me a hospital that hip hop has built. Show me a school that hip hop has built. Show me a bank that hip hop has built. Show me a supermarket that hip hop has built. Show me a distribution center. Show me a manufacturing center that hip hop has built. I'm a nationalist. Mm-hmm. I am a Pan-African nationalist. I'm about the best interests of the nation. Nations have communities. Communities must have industries in order to take care of the people.
And it's not racism. It's not a bad thing for you to be about your nation of people. Don't feel bad just because you want to be about your nation of people, because everywhere you walk, everywhere you look, it's another nation. It's another nation that owns that building, that owns that BP gas station, that owns that Shell gas station, that owns that 7-Eleven, that owns that Walmart, that owns that clothing store, that owns that hospital, that owns wherever you look. Turn yourself 360 degrees. Blindfolded. Wherever you point, somebody else own that building. So your goal is to withdraw yourself from spending money to them, giving your money to them, and keeping your money to yourself, and only spending your money on your necessities. That's it. Your necessities. Let's get it.
It's the infrastructure that hip hop is building for Black America. 50 years, not a single institution. That's not acceptable.
Who's to blame?
We are, because we allow it and we tolerate it. Now, we do know hip hop is dominated by Caucasian interests.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But what is stopping us from taking back ownership of hip hop? Nothing. We could take it back if we really wanted it back. But you know what? We're comfortable with white people being in charge. See, post-traumatic.
That was always God's problem with his children. God's children always wanted a king over them. Like God's children always wanted other people to rule over them. God had said in Hosea 5:15, he said, okay, I will leave until y'all seek me. When you seek my face, that's when I'll come back. But we always wanted a king over us. But God gave us rules, instructions to follow that helps us live longer. We always go outside of the rules that he told us, it benefits us. It's just that, people, they love the excitement that the other nations have to offer. The people that's outside of the garden, we always wanted to be like the people outside of the garden. That's how they infiltrated us in the garden. And that's why that angel is at the garden holding anybody back from getting there.
Slavery disease. The one thing Black people won't admit that slavery took from us, it took from us the natural God-given desire to want to control your destiny. We're the only people in America comfortable with white people running everything. Chinese come here, they're not comfortable with white people running nothing. Chinese got their own distribution, they got their own schools, they got it all.
Come on.
Arabs, East Indians, got it all.
Hey.
Look at us. We've been here longer than all of them. Not one hospital you can call your own. We are comfortable with white people being in charge as long as we can have fun.
Would you blame it on the black man's ignorance to the economy and wealth?
It ain't really ignorance.
Go ahead.
It's a lack of a commitment to oneself to improve it. We don't want to do better because we don't want to put forth the sacrifice that is necessary to do better. We don't want to.
What's the sacrifice he's talking about in order to do better? Sacrifice that Christmas. That's why I don't celebrate nothing. I don't celebrate anything. It's a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing when I do this. And what people, all my peers, oh, why you would think that nobody would try to force Christmas on you? You would think that nobody would try to force all the Valentine's Day, the Halloween. You would think that nobody try to force that on you, and you would think that I would try to force what I believe in onto some. Nope, it's completely opposite. Every time a holiday come around, I tell people I don't follow it. I get pressed every time. I get pressed why you don't celebrate this? Oh, what? I'm sacrificing. That's what I'm doing. And I'm leading by an example. That's what I'm put on this earth to do. Lead by an example. Because God gave me the spirit to sacrifice. So hopefully some of y'all have the spirit to sacrifice. One to go cold turkey. Go cold turkey, stacking your bread up. Family members call, hey, you ain't buy me no present. Hey, look, hey, I ain't got it right now. Stack your bread up. You get 5 racks, 10 racks, 20 racks. Next thing you know, you could put your money to some use.
To sacrifice
for your community.
We'll vote, we'll pray, we'll march, but we will not weaponize our money to benefit ourselves. What do you see us doing that requires substantial financial contributions from everybody? Nothing. And that is your Achilles heel. That's how the Mexicans is outdistancing you, because they put their money together and they build industry together. We never do that. Not as a group.
So I have to ask.
Black people have been robbed of their racial ego. You no longer have a racial ego. Stay with me.
Let's go.
Somebody disrespect your block, you ready to turn up. Somebody disrespect your gang, you ready to turn up. Somebody disrespect your fraternity, you ready to turn up. Somebody disrespect your organization, you ready to turn up. Somebody disrespect your music label, you ready to turn up. Somebody disrespect your podcast, you ready to turn up. Let somebody disrespect black people. You would say, oh, well, maybe it was true. We don't.
And that's why God said that out of all the commandments, when the guy went to Christ, he said, what's the most important commandments? He said, love your neighbor, which is your brother of your nation. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. With that, you fulfill all the commandments. Us as a people, we hate each other to the point, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say all of us, but a lot of us hate each other. And when you love your neighbor as you love yourself, you get rid of the greed. You get rid of the lust towards your sisters. Your sisters get rid of that, shaking their behinds in front of you, knowing damn well you hardwired to lust over that. So she's gonna cover up. That loving your neighbor as you love yourself goes a long way. Long way. Pause. And I ain't talking about go give a bum $5 on the street. I ain't talking about that. Covetousness, loving your neighbor as you love yourself goes a long way. And when we all have that mindset, then we can get together and actually trust your neighbor to, hey, look, okay, I'm going to give you $5,000. We're going to go purchase this real estate. Okay, I'm going to give you $10,000. I'm going to purchase this real estate over it. And you actually trust to give it to them. But when you see you give somebody some money to go do something, they whole damn thinking is crazy because he's not on one accord with yourself. He's not on one accord as loving his neighbor as you love him. So everybody got to go back to the basics. Get rid of all this shit that they offering us every month, every day, whatever they invent. Because all these shiny things is just keeping us separated. Oh, I got the new phone. You ain't got it? Oh, I'm better than you. That type of mentality. Let's get it.
Don't have a racial ego. Latinos have a strong racial ego. Chinese, strong racial ego. Jews, strong racial ego. Anglo-Saxons, strong racial ego. Black people have the weakest racial ego, and therefore you are the weakest politically and economically.
So the hip hop world, and this goes into the economy world of black people, do you feel like when they say crabs in a barrel mentality or crabs in a bucket mentality, where we will climb over each other for that one to get out on top?
Yes, sir.
Is that a truth that you see in our community?
Absolutely. That's true for black people, period. That ain't just hip hop.
Yeah.
That's black across the board. And
It comes from hate. It comes from hate. It comes from hating yourself. That's why I always tell y'all, that's why I always tell people, rather, work on yourself. Once you work on yourself, you abstain from hating somebody else. You actually see yourself in your neighbor, in your brother, in your sister. When you work on yourself and you love yourself, there's no millions that your brother or sister could get that you're going to be jealous of. There's no Bugatti or Ferrari or Lamborghini that your brother could get that you're going to be jealous of, because you see yourself in your brother or your sister. If you love yourself to the point, like you just love, like you love yourself without having anything, no vices, no cigarettes, no blunts, no liquor, no additives to your body, none of that. When you love yourself just purely, just you, just a t-shirt, the only thing you got on is a t-shirt and pants. And you just love yourself. So you just happy with just yourself, by no additives. Then you could start loving your neighbor. Then you will see yourself in other people. But until then, nah. I'm telling you, it takes a lot of work to work on yourself. I've been on my journey going on almost 20 years. I ain't just start working on myself. I've been working on myself a long time, and it takes a lot of work.
you know where it comes from? The plantation. On the plantation, the slave master would liberate a couple slaves a year.
Separate, yeah.
And the only way you could get liberated was to do what? Snitch on the other slaves. He not working hard enough. He got out to the cotton field too late.
Hey, boss, he ain't working. Y'all look up. Y'all go purchase the Willie Lynch letter.
Trying to run away. The only way you could get free was to snitch on another slave. And guess what we still do? We still undermine and undercut. Why? Because we believe only one black person can win at a time. The essence of our self-hate is rooted in the fact that if I find out you winning, I believe it automatically means I can't. See that? If your podcast is winning in dollars, it automatically means mine can't. Says who?
Right.
Why can't both of them be winning? Right?
God damn, I done paused too long. But hey, look, that's what it's about. The wisdom at the end of the day. So yeah, this y'all go check it out on y'all own. Matter of fact, we could let it ride out. It's only 30 seconds left. Let's get it.
Right.
They could both be winning. But because we come out of that slave plantation mentality, the minute I find out his business just opened, it means mine can't. Yep. It's a ridiculous way to think, but that's the way black people think. Another black person's victory is automatically my defeat.
So, why do we feel like that even though we haven't ever been slaves?
Say that again.
Why?
It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. That hatred. It's in our DNA. It didn't just start. It was before slavery. We hate each other. Look at the stories in the Bible. The twin brothers. That's why it's always a parable about twin brothers in the Bible and one hating the other brother. That's why it's always like you always two brothers, one hating the other. One killed him. These brothers put this brother into slavery. Oh, this brother had so much of a hatred to him, he killed him. It's always a hatred right there because it's written like that so you can learn how to get that hatred out yourself. It's in our DNA. Let's get it.
Why do we feel like that even though I've never been in a slave situation. Like I've never been, I wasn't on a plantation, but I feel like even like you said,
intergenerational hypnosis.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on a slave plantation. Behaviors are passed down through socialization and indoctrination.
It's in your DNA. It's in your DNA. If you growing up with I mean, y'all just gotta do y'all research, man. Gotta really do y'all research. I could talk forever when it come down to this type of stuff. I do when it come down to this type of stuff, I go hours talking. I could go hours. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kiss signing out. I'm gone, y'all.